Hi, this is Delphine from Leicester Lost. I hope you're well. We're in lockdown for quite a while at the moment, so I'm not doing any videos of my walks, unfortunately. In this video, though, I'm going to give you several reasons why winter hiking in Australia is the best. It's probably my favorite time of the year to go hiking, which is a bit unfortunate at the moment because we can't go anywhere. I would love you to share your reasons why you love hiking in winter and if you've done it. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. And let's go to the first reason. So the first reason why winter hiking in Australia is the best is that you carry a lighter pack. You're more likely to wear the clothes rather than have them in your pack, and you carry less water. Water can be very heavy, so that's one of the first reasons. Hiking in the Australian summer or even spring can be punishing. It is so hot. You have to carry a lot of water to stay hydrated. Running out of water can be really dangerous, and there are many places where you simply will not find any water at all. So hiking in winter in Australia gives you more peace of mind because you're less likely to run out of water. Having said that, hydration is still important because the sun shines and you do get warm. So, do pack sufficient water still. Reason number 3 to hike in winter in Australia: it's easier to keep warm than to cool down. In summer, it can be a real struggle to keep cool. The heat, the sunshine, the exertion, all these factors keep your body quite warm, and getting your body to cool down can be a bit of a challenge. In winter, it's easier to keep your body warm and to cool down by layering clothes, taking them off, putting them on as you go. Think of lightweight merino wool based or synthetic blends. They're very good at keeping you warm but also cooling you down. I don't recommend wearing cotton in any season, to be honest, because cotton retains moisture, and when you stop and you cool down, you actually can get very cold. One of the best reasons to go hiking in winter in Australia, in my view, is the blue skies and the sharper colors. Australia is very lucky in that in winter the sun is bright, very blue, the colors are really sharp, and it's fantastic for photography. I watch a few YouTube channels from hikers in Europe, and they go to beautiful places, but very often the sky is grey and it's a shame. Whereas here there are plenty of days where the sky is just plain blue. So if you're a photographer, winter is definitely the best time to go hiking. Another reason to go hiking in winter in Australia is that the landscape can vary a great deal. Those crisp mornings sometimes can give you some fog, which is absolutely amazing, as I saw around the Orange area in New South Wales. The landscape changes as the sun rises, and you get really beautiful days in the afternoon. So again, that diversity is perfect if you enjoy photography or videography. Another good reason to go hiking in winter in Australia is that there is less rain. The weather is a bit more stable in winter, which means that your hike is a bit more predictable. If you go to a mountain area, though, don't underestimate the weather. It does change quickly. So take your layers and your rain gear and be ready for anything. Another very big reason to go hiking in winter in Australia is that snakes, leeches, ticks are mostly hibernating. That's a big one. I see a lot of people being really put off or concerned about hiking, and being attacked by these things, and I can understand why. So these animals, critters, can put a real damper on your hiking adventures. In winter, there's a whole lot less of them. Spring is, spring and summer is when you have to worry about it mostly. Snakes usually leave people alone. If you do get bitten, it can be really bad, of course, but they're not really interested in people. Ticks are a major hassle in spring, especially in the damp areas. I got one in the Southern Highlands. That really wasn't very nice. Leeches are just disgusting. Again, damp, wet areas. I had one once. Didn't feel it. Just didn't feel it. It fell off me in the end. But yeah, in winter they will leave you alone. It's a bit more relaxed in that regard. So the good thing is that if you're worried about these things, winter is definitely your season. Also, you don't have to carry bug spray or a snake bandage in winter. It's always a good precaution, but it's not as necessary as a precaution as you would need in spring. So if you're worried about these things, as I'm sure many of you are, then winter is your season. Another good reason to go hiking in winter is the bushfire risk is reduced, not completely eliminated. During the bushfires in 2020, at the beginning of 2020, in Sydney there was literally nowhere to go. It was impossible to get out there safely. It was that bad, and even in the city, it was risky to get on a bush trail. All the national parks were closed because of the bushfires. Some areas remained closed for a long time, so that put a serious damper on hiking at the time. So in winter, this risk is greatly reduced. It's not completely eliminated. There are preventative burn-offs that happen in winter. You have to be aware of those. There's a couple of websites you can check out. I'll leave one in the comments and up here. So, obviously, if you go to snow areas like the Snowy Mountains and you do some snow hiking, you're not going to worry about that. But keep that in mind that fire is a year-round thing in Australia. And keep away from areas that might have some preventative burn-offs. So these are my reasons why hiking in winter in Australia is the best. Tell me if you have any more. So my best hiking tips for hiking in Australia. The first one is in terms of clothing, take layers. Never forget your rain gear. Take an extra layer to keep you warm. Don't forget your hat and sunscreen. Yes, it is winter, but the sun is out. Remember what I said about the bright skies, the bright sun and the blue skies. It is out there. It is warm. I remember hiking the Booty National Park coastal track. It was sunny. It was the middle of winter, but it was extremely bright and sunny. So I never traveled without my hat since then. And also, if you start out early in the morning, a beanie is always a good idea because it does get cold. Another tip to go hiking in winter is to take short breaks more often. Your body will cool down quicker. You will get cold quicker. So it's better to stop more often, but for a shorter period of time. Another tip for winter is to look out for shorter days. This means that you may need to start your hike earlier and pick one that's not too long to make sure you end up in the dark like I did. last autumn in the Ku-ring-gai National Park, because that's not a really good option. So yeah, shorter hikes, and pay attention to the sun times. And another thing you can do to keep yourself safe is to carry a headlamp or a torch. So if it does happen that you spend a bit too much time watching the sunset, you have a safe way to get out. So these are my tips for hiking in winter and reasons why hiking in winter in Australia is really the best. Tell me if you have some favorite winter hikes that you enjoy, and I'll see you next time, hopefully on the trail.